I live? I think I'm live.
Emoji check mark, live online under the category Saints Row, the uptime begins.
This totally rocks!
Did that? Alright, I think I'm all good. Oh wait, this one. I gotta do this one. Alright. Fucking God. Let me look at my map, figure out where the hell I am. Okay, so I gotta go here.
What is up, man?
What is up? What is up? Old I'm assuming that's old white guy. What do I call you? Oldie. Sorry, I'm a little dyslexic, so reading is hard. Oldie. Alright then. What's up, dude? How you been? What's going on? What is new in your life? I am sitting here and
I am doing good, how are you?
I'm sitting here and I'm struggling with a quandary, if you will. Trying to figure out where we went wrong as a society as a whole. And I believe it's...
I like your car.
I really, like... It took me a while to get this paint job and everything. You gotta do a lot to get this paint job. But the Dreadnought is actually easy to find. I believe it's like we're misled from day one. Because we're told to follow orders, follow instructions. We're never question anything. But in not questioning anything, we're just another cog in the machine, dude. What am I supposed to do here?
I question most things.
That's the only way you can gain knowledge. If you don't question it, you're just part of the problem. Is there a stash house here or something?
Agreed.
And if you don't seek out knowledge, all you do is you're parroting everything you're told from day one. You sit there and you're don't know what I'm doing. First off, you sit there and you're told, okay, eat your vegetables. You gotta do this. You gotta eat your vegetables, drink water. You know, stay in line, keep your head down. Don't make no waves. And then as an adult, you figure out if you don't make waves, you never make it anywhere because no one ever notices you. You're just a background character. Why the fuck aren't you going up the stairs like you're supposed to?
Seriously?
And being a background character, you're no worse than an NPC. Literally, you are the NPC. You have to break away from your NPC coding. You have to sit there and you have to question, okay, why do they want me to eat my vegetables? Why do I have to go, you know, get a job, conform? Why do I have to pay taxes? It's because it's the way it's been done for so long that we forgot to question why it was done in the first place. If we sit there and we just
I
we
agree
conform,
with you, emoji perfect score.
hell yeah. If we just sit there and we conform, then the problem persists because we never actually confront it. We're afraid of confronting it because ooh, that's pretty. We're afraid to confront it because we don't want to be the whistleblower. We don't want to be the one that causes the wave. Because just a little ripple in the pond can change so much. A single drop of water can change the tides of an entire river if given the chance. But you have to be wanting to be that drop of water. It's a very difficult concept to grasp, but most people, they want to run. They want to they don't want to make waves. They just want to go with the flow, and in going with the flow, they become the problem. They like lawyers. Lawyers are fucking famous for it. They'll sit there and, oh, I want to be the one. Ooh, that's pretty. Actually, give me that.
I
I'm
get
equipping
it.
that.
Most people run cause that's what they are used to.
Exactly. They're just used to it. So they're like, okay, this is the norm. This is what I'm supposed to do. But in all actuality, no, you're supposed to challenge the status quo. You're supposed to challenge those above you. That's how we got where we are as a country today, because we challenged our superiors. We didn't like what they were doing, and alright, in superhero movies, how does the superhero solve the issue? Violence. That is what he does. He blow up. Thank you. There it goes. No one talks about the aftermath. Well, actually, the Avengers did. I think that's part of the reason they broke up, was that they finally realized that, hey, we're the cause of all this death, all because this one guy said he was gonna blow up the Earth. Okay, well, we destroyed this entire city to stop one guy, and in the end, we didn't stop him. We became the villains. What's up, Mad Dog? I'm sitting here ranting. We'll sit here and we'll... What am I trying to say? We'll sit here and we'll conform. We won't actually challenge the cause because we're afraid of what the answer actually is. And when the answer is better than the problem, when you find a solution that just surpasses everything, when you find something that it works a little bit better, you're afraid to share it. Because we automatically assume everyone's going to steal from us. Everyone's going to steal our idea and try to take it as their own, and we want credit for it. We're so caught up in having a tangible notion of our accomplishments that we're afraid to focus on. The mushrooms are kicking in. Holy shit. We're afraid to focus on what we should be focusing on, and that's our mental state. We got to sit there and focus on our mental state, and we have the power to conjure anything. In the Bible, it says, speak it into existence, and then it so shall be. If you just have to speak it into existence, that means you have to put it out there. Let the universe know. That gives our voice so much power. It gives our voice the power to sit there and make $1 million without even lifting a finger. But we have to will it into existence, and to unlock this part of our mind, you motherfucker. We have to first get rid of all the negativity in our lives. We have to sit there and we have to realize that we're in control. We have the true power. Alright, I'm hitting you with a bat. I don't care. We have the power to sit here and make the world...
Everyone is sheep among wolves. They have to want to change for change to happen.
Exactly. You sit there and you can be the wolf. You can sit there and you don't realize you have the power to be the leader of the pack. You have the power. You're a wolf in sheep's clothing. I look at that as, hey, I have the power to control all of you. But I'm hiding because I want to conform to society. We need to stop conforming to society and just start start being ourselves. Start being the person that we're meant to be instead of what society wants us to be.
Jackpot.
Hell yeah. Because we all just become puppets. It's literally the worst thing you could possibly be. You a puppet for someone else. You can sit there and you say, "Oh, I'm pulling all the strings." No, the fuck you're not. Because at the end of the day, you're just sitting there, you're going off a script that someone else has wrote for you. Our parents do it to us. They tell us, "Oh, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer." And we hold on to that, and we'll go through life, and we'll try, and we won't live up to their expectations because it doesn't meet our value and goals that we have decided to use in our lifetime. Because our story isn't going to line up with our parents' story. Our story is going to surpass our parents' story because we're the continuation of their story. We can be the main character in our own story, but first we have to realize that we're not a side character in someone else's story. That every main character and every hero, they always come from strife. Very few, I can't think of one hero who's just had it all from the get-go. You know, he's the best, it ain't nothing gonna get it. Because, alright, Superman, he lost his whole world and his parents at birth. Batman lost his parents. You know, there's strife. There's where the fuck am I going? There's can I not wingsuit right now? Heroes are born and developed through strife, through turmoil. You can't build on just being perfect. If you don't have any kind of sacrifice, if there's nothing in your life that caused you any kind of demise, then you yourself cannot grow as a person. You need to find that one thing that's in your life that doesn't make sense. You need to find that one piece of information that just, you know, you need to know. Because the sooner you know it, the sooner your whole life will change. The sooner you can make that first domino fall into place, and you can make the whole world understand that your fight is for something. Just sitting there going around and being a background character, you're not gaining any knowledge. You're not growing as a person. You're not enhancing your being. You're just being, and it's not a living. It's not. You're actually just, you're decomposing slower than death. That's all you're doing. All you're doing is you're decomposing slower than death because it's a waiting game. You are literally waiting to die, all because you're afraid to take the first step and knock down the first domino. Knock down that first domino. Be the person that caused the wave. Yeah, you might lose some things along the way, but that's part of your character development. Sit there and understand that, hey, I'm about to cut the bad tree off of the, I'm about to cut the bad fruit off of the tree. I'm about to make the sacrifice. I've never looked God in the eyes, but I have looked the devil in the eyes I don't know how many times, and I have stared him the fuck down. Why? Because I want to grow. I want to know what kind of turmoil I'm in. I want to know the answer to all of life's questions. You're so caught up in being the flashiest, being the biggest, being, you know, that next guy on the road. There's a police surveillance van here. That's what it was. That next guy who's got the biggest and most flashy car out there on the road. Because you want to show off your wealth. You want to show people that, you know, hey, I did something. But why? Who are these people? Why does their opinion matter so much to you when none of them have helped you get to where you are? You're putting on a show for people who give zero fucks about you. It's exhausting. You're sitting there and you're being the puppet. You're being the one that, you know, yeah, you put on a good show. But in the end, did you really do anything? Yeah, alright, you got a flashy car, you got all this, you got all that. But is any of it you? Or did you just get it to impress me? And then, why did you get it to impress him? Who is he? Why are you trying to impress this person? Is this person supposed to help you on your travels through life? Or is this just the next person on your list? Like, just someone else you have to impress. Someone else that's just making your life have purpose. Don't let other people give your life purpose. Don't be a side character in someone else's story, because then you're just a quest giver. You're not really the main character anymore. You have to wake up with main character energy. You have to be the main character in your story. You have to wake up and tell the world, hey motherfucker, my feet just hit the floor. What the fuck is your problem with it? Challenge authority. Be the next motherfucker in line that's, hey, he's better than the last motherfucker. Because as soon as you sit there and you accept comfort, you get comfortable, you sit there and you just accept comfort. There's no growth in a comfort. There's no growth in sitting there and just, oh, I'm comfortable in my little hole here. Ain't nobody gonna bother me. I've gotten as far as I want to get in life. Great. That's fucking great. Where are you growing from here? Where are you gonna go from here? Or why are you still living past right here? Are you living for yourself, or are you just existing? And if you're just existing, it's such a sad existence, you can't continue on. Why? Why do we want to impress each other instead of helping each other? I've met hobos on the street that have had such amazing stories that it's just like, dude, you can do it. It's just, he had one string of bad luck and gave up. When if he'd just turned left instead of turning right, his whole story would be 100% different. You got to understand, when these opportunities are given to you, you got to look that gift horse in the mouth and ask why the gift horse is sitting there given to you. Don't just accept it, ask why. Because the more you ask why, the more you sit there and question everything, the more answers you'll eventually get. You'll understand who's true, who's fake, who's there for you, and who's there because of you. Understand who your followers are. Understand where you stand in your own life.
I've never seen a church like that before.
This store looks like I can walk in it, but I can't. That's sad. You gotta really be the person you want to be. The more you sit there and you work for other people and you quit focusing on yourself, you become their side character. You become their quest giver. When you don't want to be the quest giver, you want to be the player. You don't want to be the NPC. Where the fuck is this van? Wake up with main character energy. Just wake up and know that when your feet hit the floor, something amazing is about to happen. Something is about to change for the better. Every day you got to strive, not for excellence, but for growth. Strive for something in your life that makes you want to wake up in the morning, that makes you want to sit there and say, hey, I am somebody and I'm doing something, goddammit, try to stop me. Make the world afraid of your next move. Make the world fear. What are you going to do today? Why? Because you have an idea. Because you're not conforming to the societal norms. You're not sitting there just, yes sir, okay, I'll do that. Yes sir, okay. No, you're sitting there and you're making waves. You're causing somebody in this world to have a reason to exist.
Walk away while you can.
Unlike him. I just fucking killed his ass for no fucking reason. I don't remember why.
That ain't stopping me.
Fight for itself.
Alright, we're gonna bat swing. Or I'm gonna die right here.
Attacking unity.
Oh shit. Alright, I need to get out of here. We have to empower ourselves. Quit waiting for someone else to hand you motivation. You have to find your own motivation. You have to be your own quest giver. It's not just going to be handed to you on a silver platter every day. You have to want it. You have to seek it. If you are the sheep and the wolf in sheep's clothing, then be the wolf. Quit holding on to the sheep. What have the sheep done for you except sit there and occasionally one of them will have an amazing idea.
I really like the look of this.
We have to sit here and maintain that we are the reason for our life. We were brought into this world for a reason, but we're so caught up in the status quo, and we're caught up in who's got the best job and who's doing this and who's doing that, when we forget to sit here and actually focus on our inner selves. We forget to sit there and realize that we ourselves have the power. We are the gods of this world. I'm not saying that, oh, well, damn near we do. Do you think someone just sat in a room somewhere and thought of telekinesis and superpowers and all this? No. They sat there and they read it from text, from scripts, from ancient texts. That's why there's no grave sites of ancient civilizations. The closest we have is the Egyptians. But even then, there's very few actual Egyptian remains. And the ones that we do have are the ones that have lasted eons because they were important. So we did extra to try to make sure that, hey, these people are going to be remembered for all of eternity. Why are they going to be remembered for all of eternity? Because we sit here and we put extra steps into preserving them. That's why people need to remember our names. Because of what we did in our lives. Not because of, oh, he had the fanciest Lamborghini. He had the best Rolls Royce. He was sitting there, Fortune 500 company owner. Who gives a shit? What did you do in your life besides sit there and do what everybody else told you was best for you? You need to sit there and find your better life.
I got your stream up.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate you, Darkness. I don't even know what I'm looking for right now. I'm sitting here and I'm trying to understand why we sit here and we quarrel over money. We quarrel over like useless jewels and gems. The only reason the paper dollar has any value is because one day a white man said, hey, it has fucking power. And we agreed and we conformed versus sitting there and actually challenging us. Oh, relax, Dad. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good game. It's one of them games I could just play in the background at this point. I'm so close to the end right here. But stop putting value on something that a man eons ago said had value. And civilization is not that old. People live to be about 100. Okay?
Last one I played was Saints Row 2, MOG Skull.
I played Saints Row 4 and re-elected, and I'm still working on that. But I want 100% this before I fully commit to that one, to be honest. We'll sit here and we won't understand the quests that are given to us. We'll just think, oh, it's another task.
Viewers,
it's something else I gotta do for somebody else. Versus sitting here saying, hey, how can this help me grow? What about this is changing me for the better? Why am I sitting here fooling around with drama that doesn't even concern me? Why do I care what Joe Blow thinks? Has Joe Blow ever done anything to help me besides sit here and cause drama? If he hasn't, cut the bad fruit off of the tree and move on with your life so you can grow. You can't grow if you have so much dead weight that your shoulders collapse.
This can be your fight too.
If you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, where is there room for you to move? Where is there room for you to sit there and grow as a person? You're stuck because the weight is such a load bearing down on your shoulders that you can't grasp the fact of life is passing you by and all you're doing is joining in the rat race. Because you want the biggest, flashiest car, you want this, you want that. Why do you want these things? Because somebody said one time, oh, this is what fancy people do. This is what rich people do. This is how rich people, you know, shop. We're giving value to things that hold no real value to us as a people. How is putting value on a dollar going to help us at all? It doesn't, because as soon as you get it, you have to give it to somebody in order to make anything happen, versus us just looking out for one another and wanting to progress as a society, wanting us to sit there and be the society we want to be. We're struggling right now to grow. We can't grow if we're constantly holding each other back. We have to put someone else down in order to grow ourselves. If you have to put someone down to step up, then you're not growing. That's becoming a narcissist. That's becoming the villain in the story.
What the hell is this?
Do you want stepping on this one person to be your villain arc? Or do you want to help this person up? Help them so that later in life they can help you. Because if you're both stronger together, you can accomplish so much more. Take on the world two at a time versus just all by yourself. Because all by yourself, it'll get exhausting. It will become
I always try to help anyone that I can.
And that's the way you're supposed to be. You're supposed to sit there and look out for your fellow man. You gotta be that one guy, that one that's gonna change everything. Where is the stash box that I'm looking for? Holy shit! Break the mold. Quit trying to one-up everybody when you can help everybody. Now, granted, not everybody's worth helping. Not everybody is going to sit there.
We need to play together and talk.
Okay. Dude, all my shit's the same. If you can find me on Twitch, you can find me on this shit. It's all my shit spelled the same on my PlayStation, my Twitter, my fucking Facebook. All of it. It's all bypass. Bypass me _ 1994. Every one of them. It is. I'm not a hard guy to find. I make it very easy. I want people to come on. I want people to come on the show and sit here and tell me your quarrels. Tell me what's going on. I'll give you the answer. I know the answers. I just lack the ability to reach people in a platform to where I feel
send
comfortable.
you a PlayStation invite when I get home.
That's what's up. But I mean, you gotta be able to grow as a person. And if the only way you can grow is to sit there and demean other people, you are not the hero in your story. You are the villain, sir.
Back away or you'll regret it.
If you're the villain in your story, it makes every conflict you come against a victory in the story. Seriously, I mean, how many times have you watched a movie and rooted for the villain the entire time? It doesn't happen. You gotta sit there and you gotta want it. You gotta want to be a better person. That's why there's evil energy all around us, because it's so easy to be evil. It's so easy to sit there and do the wrong thing
You better
And
walk
it's hard
the
to
other
do the
way.
right thing because we personally make it look soft.
Bingo.
We personally sit there and we'll make it to where it's impossible to do the right thing because it makes us weak as a human. It makes us appear soft. That we showed compassion for one another for a second. We look down on the
Preach
human
it, brother,
condition
I
of
agree.
compassion. And the more we sit there and we diminish the human condition, we diminish the fact that we have emotions, and we just become these robots. We become the problem. We become the simulation to the point that there is no real world anymore. We wonder why the internet's dead. We wonder why 90% of everything we see on the internet is just repeats of something else that happened, because there are no new ideas. There is nothing else we can sit there and do because we have capped ourselves. We have forgotten what it's like to actually want to discover something. We've forgotten what it's like to sit there and have to go out of our way to want to find out an answer. It's all readily available at our fingertips because of the fucking internet, but the internet is so full of lies because there's so many people on it sitting there wanting to be, oh, he got that from me, you know? Because I've done it on Wikipedia. I have corrected fucking Wikipedia because somebody has gone on there and said something that just wasn't true, and it'll sit there and it'll misconstrue the whole argument. You have to sit there and you want to seek the truth. Don't just sit there and read one article and say, oh, that's the truth. I believe it. Barack Obama really is the Antichrist. Michelle Obama really is a man. Okay, prove it. Show me the proof. Why do you say this? Or are you just parroting what someone else said just so you can get clout? It's not about you. You gotta remember that we are not on this world to sit here and impress one another. We are here to sit here and make it off this rock. This is just a starting place. This is a home base. This is just our starting point. And the more we sit here and we fight over who gets the bigger starting spot, who's sitting here, who's got the biggest area to sit here and say, oh, well, I can do all this, I can do all that. That's great. Fucking do it. Quit talking about it. You have to sit there and put forth the effort. Words mean nothing without action. You can sit there and say you're a millionaire all day. That's great. Show me your bank account. If you can't do that, you haven't accomplished anything. We need to sit there and stop thinking, oh, because I'm the flashiest, because I'm the biggest, because I'm sitting here and I have, the biggest bank account, or I have, the fanciest car, that we're better than everyone else. When instead of buying that big fancy car, instead of sitting there going out of your way to sit there and make Joe Blow just feel a little bit worse, you could actually utilize that money for something better. Live a more contemporary lifestyle. There's no need for these flashy $1 million mansions. There's no reason for all... Seriously, there is no reason to have a house big enough to sit there and house 30 people when you're living in it by yourself, or it's just you and your daughter or something. It's pointless. When the grand scheme of things, you don't get to take any of it with you. Once you leave this earth, that's it. Oh, great, he had a big flashy car, he was this, he was that. That's great. What did you do with your life besides be a cog? Hold on, I gotta let my cat in. Fuck off. Come on. You've got to sit here and you've got to want to be better. But just wanting to be better isn't good enough either. You have to be better. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Be that message somebody needs to hear. Be the reason that somebody cuts on their TV and goes, huh, that's what all that was about. If you don't step into the pond and make your first wave, you never will. Because you're thinking, oh, the water's going to be too cold. You're preparing for the end before you've even had a chance to sit there and grow as a person. And if all you do is you focus on the end, no, it's gonna sit there until something blows up. If you don't sit there and you try to grow, try to learn something new each day. And I mean really learn something. I don't just mean look up one fact and go, oh, now I know something. No, you don't. Because there's a why in there.
Get the fuck out of here.
There's always a why in there. There's always something else that you have to do. There's always... Was that my police surveillance van? No. That was a crime of opportunity.
Cha-ching.
There's always something else you can learn. There's always a reason for it. For instance, do you know why we say knock on wood? It's because in ancient Vikings, when they sent their comrades out to sea, they would put them in a boat, a wooden boat, and send them out and set it on fire, and they believed that their soul was absorbed into the wood and then dispersed into the environment, and then they would come back as a tree. And then when they would use that tree to build their homes, they would knock on the door in order to grant safe passage, so their ancestors would protect them whilst in their home that they used the wood to build. Why did they do this? Because that's what they understood at the time. That's how they grew. That's how they made sense of death. That's how they sat there and they consoled their young. That's how they sat there and they told their stories. They made their legends true. That's how everything came to be, because one man said, this is the way, and we just agreed. We don't question why. We don't ask why. We just hear it and parrot. That's all we do, versus sitting there. You have to dig for the truth. You have to want to look for the truth. Because if you're just looking, say I know something, you're not going to learn anything. Keep digging. The more you dig, the more you'll find, and then you'll find something else about that. And then you'll have to dig even further into that why. Sit there and challenge yourself daily. Try to make every spot count. Make it to where... You gotta make it to where you have strife. If you get comfortable, if you get to the point in your life where everything's comfort, then you've stopped, you've peaked. And you have to sit there and better yourself. You have to sit there and wonder, why am I here? Why is that my last one? It is. Okay. I gotta find a Jim Robs. Fucking Jim Robs. No, it's here. You gotta sit there and you gotta be better than yourself. Be your own worst enemy, but at the same time, help yourself grow. Don't sabotage your plans before you have a chance to sit there and actually do them. If you've already sat there and decided, oh, well, everything's going to go wrong, then you've already decided that you're not going to try. In order to overcome anything, you must try. That's how you become triumphant. The root word there is try. You have to try to be triumphant. You either do it or you don't do it. You'll either do it and be somebody, or don't do it and be a waste of a body. That's all. It's very simple, but we want to make it so difficult because we want to throw every speed bump in our own way to slow us down, because we don't want to make a wave too big and cause too much of an issue, because we're afraid of our true consequences. We're afraid of what might actually happen if we're extraordinary for once in our lives. We don't know how to accept gratitude. There you are. We also don't know how to ask for help. Oh, God. We don't understand that if you ask for help, that means you're in pain.
Guess I won.
Not necessarily. Part of you knows that you don't have enough knowledge to progress where you want to. Part of you is just wanting to know more. 90% of fear is lack of knowledge. It's lack of the unknown. We're always afraid of what we don't know for no reason. I'm going the wrong way, son of a bitch. We're afraid to step into the unknown. We're afraid to actually take time. Oh shit. And learn something and grow as a person. We're afraid to sit here and be extraordinary because it doesn't fit the status quo. Why is it so important to be like everybody else? Mediocre is not gonna be satisfactory. You can't accept mediocrity and say, this is my life. Once you accept mediocrity, you're dead. Really, the simulation quit trying you. It quit wondering what you were going to do next. Why? Because you got comfortable and it was able to calm down. When you are run out of haters, as they say, you're no longer a threat. But when you're sitting there and you're growing constantly and you're being more than everyone around you, when you are constantly going against the grain, questioning everything, you will be amazed at how many of your haters jump on your side and how many actually sit there and, you know, they start asking questions. They start, you know, following in your footsteps. Don't be just like everybody else. Make everybody else want to be like you.
Feel your head, you mother scratcher.
Change everything. Give yourself your own superpowers. You'll sit there and you'll talk and you'll talk and you'll talk. But if you sit there and you reflect on who you are, what's going on, how everything's gonna happen, and you grow from it, you'd be amazed at how much you change as a person. You'll be amazed at how many doors just open up for you simply because you tried, because you wanted something to happen, because you are somebody now. Yes, it's difficult to get to that point. It's difficult to sit there and change the status quo. But at least you're doing something to change the status quo. Societal norms are here to be shackles on us. That's why we have student loans. Okay, those student loans are supposed to help you to become a better person, yes? But education is already free. Everything you can learn from a professor in a classroom, it can be learned on the internet right now. But yet we still have people sitting there going to college every year because it's what society expects. It's because they don't want to break out of the cookie cutter mold. They want to do exactly what everybody else wants them to do versus being themselves and growing. They have to, and then once they get out of college and they've got the degree and they've got everything they wanted to, those student loans still hang over them, so they have to work for decades on end to just hope to be able to pay for those loans. It's indentured servitude. That's all it is. It's a way to keep a shackle on your feet so you can't run from what they gave you. They think that just because they gave you a little bit of knowledge, you are entitled to be their servant for the rest of your natural life. The more power that you give them, the more they'll take away. You can't wear these shackles with pride. You have to wear them and know that they shouldn't have been there in the first place. You have to fight oppression. Because that's all they're going to do. They're going to sit there and oppress you. They're going to sit there and take everything away from you that makes you happy because you're sitting there and you're trying to challenge them. You're trying to sit there and change their way of saying this is how we're supposed to do things. When all you're doing is asking why, and they can't give you an answer. They can't give you an answer because they don't know themselves. That's all. This is all they've known. They've known this their entire lives, and they give us the knowledge to change it, but they refuse to. I am looking for this juggernaut right here. Where are you, big boy?
Another one down.
No? Oh, there you are.
No bringing this one in alive.
Stop sitting here and just being the next puppet. Stop being
Follow my lead.
somebody else's indentured servant. Be somebody who you can be proud of. Quit trying to impress everyone around you and impress yourself. Challenge yourself to something bigger. Challenge yourself to be the bigger person by doing something no one else has done. Be the explorer. Quit sitting here and thinking that just because you do this or you do that, that somebody will leave you alone. Because when they leave you alone, they know they've won. Quit giving everyone around you power. The more power you give them, the less power you have in yourself. Where's the tank? There it is. We have to be better, and this is the only way we're going to grow as a society.
Get in on this.
The more we sit here and we put each other down and forget why the human species is here in the first place, or learn why the human species is here in the first place, we can't grow. We can't know where we're supposed to be going because we don't know where we've been.
Everybody pull up.
We're so busy trying to impress one another that we forget to think about ourselves. We forget that, hey, I'm supposed to do something for me here too. Maybe I want a Dairy Queen soft serve. Or maybe I want to go out and just do something for me. But you forget to take time for you. You forget. We forget who we are. And we get so caught up in being there for everyone else, we forget to be there for ourselves. Where is this damn van? I have been all over this little area. Oh, is this gonna be some bullshit? I feel like it is. We can unlock so much potential. But we have to be able to sit and reflect on ourselves. We have to be able to sit and comprehend what we are as a species. Question why humans are here. There's so much of our DNA that says that we shouldn't belong here. There's so much of our DNA that says that we're from somewhere else. We are the only mammals that get sunburned. No other creature in nature has the issue that we have of dealing with the sun. Every creature has developed some natural form of SPF. Yet we sit here as the dominant species and we can't evolve? Why haven't we developed, you know, a stronger basis or a stronger resilience to the sun so we don't get sunburned? Yes, there are some of those who have increased amounts of melanin that helps, but they can still get sunburnt. They still receive radiation from the sun at the same rate as we do. The longer we sit here and we quit questioning, we quit wondering, the longer we're going to be stuck as a society. The longer we're going to sit here and we're going to cap ourselves to the point of not, we're going to get comfortable and we're going to quit. And if we quit, we're all dead. We all give in to the simulation. You can't give into it. You can't sit there and
Get lit up. It's just escalated.
you can't give up just because things get hard. You can't deny yourself adventure, deny yourself intellect because things got a little difficult, because somewhere in your lifetime something happened. Use that strife, use that difficulty. Which one of you is the Juggernaut? Is it you? I think it's you. It's you. You're dead. Goodbye, idols. Sometimes you have to find the reason we're here. Search deeper than what they tell you. Search for answers. Never stop questioning anything. Where the fuck is this van? I'm constantly asking where this van is, yet I can't find it. And I'm not giving up. And chances are it's parked in a very non-van parking space. Okay.
We're going down.
When did we stop caring about us as a society? When did all that matter is who has the most? There you go. Notoriety cleared. Oh, no, there's idols.
Running was the better choice.
Why do we thrive on the misery of others? Why is it the only way one of us can survive is if another one dies? And you see it every day. There's constant war. There's constant genocide. There's people constantly sitting there trying to get one up on one another. And to what end? How does it help? Well, I took a picture of it anyway. We don't understand that we're here for a different purpose. We were put here.
That saint has guns I've never
We
even heard
didn't
of.
develop here. We were put here and forced to survive. We're the dominant predator because we're a parasite.
Stop that shit already. Guess I won.
We are a parasite on this planet. We are the only species that has to sit here and leave a bigger and bigger mark just to let us know we were here.
Taking this perp down.
We can't just grow and be because someone else has to kneel. Someone else has to fall before we can rise. It's not right. It shouldn't be this way, but it is everywhere you go. There's always somebody trying to get one up on one another for no reason other than the fact of they think it's the best way. It's what their programming tells them to do. It's the only way they're able to sit there and understand the world around them is by causing violence, by being the villain, by not having that someone in their life to sit there and be the hero for them. Because all they've known is the villainy in their life. All they've known is someone else trying to take from them. So that's all they reciprocate is just take, 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 without any kind of real repercussions. They don't understand how much strife is put into it, how much the reason why they were treated that way.
Perfect.
Versus seeing it as something to grow from, they see it as a setback. And they'll keep seeing it as a setback for as long as they'll let themselves. They'll hold on to that crutch. Anything to sit there and say, oh, well, I got hurt here, so I'm going to hurt everybody for the rest of my life. Why? What does that accomplish? An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. Actually makes sense, because if you're sitting around blinding everybody, all because one person in way back when blinded you, then you're hurting innocent people. Making you the villain. It's making you the arc. Your villain arc doesn't need to be your villain arc. Your villain arc could seriously just be your character development. Is that going down? I don't think it's going down.
Oh, I could go for a gordita.
We have to sit here and understand one another.
Hey, let's try to.
Understand your fellow man.
Another one down.
Help your fellow man. Don't be the villain, be the hero. What's the difference between those two is it's very simple. The hero does what's right because it's the right thing to do. The villain does the wrong thing because it's the only thing he knows how to do. When you wake up in the morning, which do you want to be? Do you want to be the hero or do you want to be the villain? Do you want to sit there and constantly have to make excuses for your life every day? Or do you want to just be, and in being the hero, you make the world a better place? Just one action can change the course of history for all of time.
Guess I won.
Al Capone is a great example, to be honest. He, his mother got sick from drinking expired milk. So what did he do? He went to court. He went to the lobbies. He sat there and he fought. And now there's an expiration date on everything we purchase. Why? Because one man had had enough. One man saw a problem and he changed the course of history because he was willing to stand up and put his foot down and make something of it. He didn't sit there and wait for permission. He took action and made sure everybody stepped in behind him. He became the leader that we needed, not the one we wanted. And there is a difference. The leader you want is soft. The leader you want is gentle. The leader we need has a forceful hand and will back up their politics with facts. They will sit there and they will have explanations for every step they take. Why? Because they thought it out. Because it's necessary. Don't sit there and just be mediocre and accept strife because it's what you're programmed to do. Become the reason that the world changes for the better because of your strife. This little action of inconvenience, it could be the reason for your being. It could be the reason that you were born, that your soul came into existence at this time. And you're passing it up because you're afraid to make waves. Therefore, your story never begins and no one will remember your name. And that, to me, is more terrifying than never of living at all. Than just being a blip on the radar. You have to want to be great to be great. Some people are born great and others have greatness thrust upon them. Well, those who have greatness thrust upon them are greater than those who are born with it. Those who are born with it struggle very little and they have no real character development. They just are because that's who they say they're supposed to be. Where the fuck is this? It's not you.
Lay off
Is it
already.
you? No,
Another
you're a
one
cop.
down.
Who are you when it's all said
Join
and
the
done?
fight.
Who are you at the end of the day to make everything want to be different? What makes you want to sit there and be the difference in the world? You ran into me, motherfucker. Okay, now it's a party. There we go. Idol's dealt with.
Nice.
We have to want greatness. We have to be greatness. In order to do that, we have to stop putting each other down as a society. Stop letting companies like BlackRock just run the world. We have to realize the 1% doesn't run the world. It's the 99% that controls whether or not that 1% gets another dollar. Yes, it's difficult as fuck to sit there and not have to sit there and buy from the 1%. To sit there and have to go back to our colonial roots where we grow our own crops. Where we sit there and we have to
That one.
make our own supplies. But I have a feeling that that's what we're going to have to come to in order to put a damper on the government, in order to sit there and tell the government, hey, we're not going to take it anymore, so we don't want any more of what you have to offer. The sooner we make sure that the mighty dollar is no longer mighty, the sooner we sit there and tell the mint that, hey, what you're producing is no longer valuable to us, we might have a chance. We might be able to just grow as a society versus just withering away and dying. We've already surpassed our elimination date, our extinction date. Every society only lasts about 3,000 years. And we're at the 4,000 year mark.
I'm good.
So we are so close to an extinction event. It's terrifying. And what's going to cause our extinction event? What's going to be the next nexus that just, you know, annihilates all of humanity? It's going to be someone with too much power is going to feel the need to push the big red button on their desk to prove a point, and they're going to wipe out all of humanity. And what are they going to do when it's all over? Oh, well, at least I was right. Right about what? That is a villain arc if you just want to sit there and push the red button. It's a reset. I need to cheat. Roadside assistance.
Follow my lead.
Got him.
We have to grow as a society. We have to be better as a society. Stop enslaving each other because we owe each other a piece of paper that we say has value. Stop thinking that just because you have more dollars in your pocket that you're better. That doesn't make you better. It makes you lucky. And at the end of the day, luck don't matter. Luck is just a false commodity that we give ourselves in order to have some sense of hope that tomorrow's not going to suck as bad as today did. Why give ourselves false hope when we could be the reason tomorrow is better? We could sit there and absolutely demolish tomorrow because we had a vision and we're putting it forward. We're sitting there and we're going against the grain. We're doing something no one has done before. Because it's what we're designed to do. We're designed to exceed the limits of our programming. We're designed to question everything. But we refuse to because we get so caught up in comfort. We get so caught up in just being okay that we forget we're not, that we forget that we're not okay, that we're not okay. We need to admit we're not okay. That's what I'm saying. There's the Juggernaut. All cops leave me alone. Thank you. Okay. We can be better if we try to be. But it's when we accept comfort, we accept the mediocrity, we accept our indentured servitude, that's when we lose our power. We lose everything.
Hey!
We have to want our power back.
When does the misery end?
Surprise, surprise.
It's like, how did they build the pyramids? They used sound. They used sound to levitate the stones and then put them into place. That's why they're so
Finders keepers.
tight together. It's because the sound resonated, and then it was basically
The teriyaki.
like it welded them together.
Big surprise there.
It welded the stones together. Why? Because the sound frequency that they were humming or singing or chanting or causing, it was so powerful that
It's mine now.
it was able to alter the alter it down to a molecular level. It changed the course. We changed the status of sand and silt and limestone because we willed it into existence, because we came together as a society. We volunteered. And yes, all of the people who built the pyramids were volunteers. We have documentation of this now. They volunteered. They were not slaves like we were told in school. They volunteered because they had something to believe in. They had something pushing them that they wanted to be a part of. We have to become that society again. To where we have to come together to grow.
We're dancing now.
We don't come together to grow. We'll stop growing altogether. So what? This person and this person's alright. Okay. Now that they're great, how are they helping out everyone else? Or are they just standing on top of the pyramid showing off their greatness?
Whoa.
It's one thing to get to the top of the pyramid. It's a completely another thing to do something with that power. Alright, where is this first tower thingy I gotta... It's actually way over here. There's Oldie right there. Wow, my PlayStation is so slow. Today. There we go. Be the change. Don't sit there and wait for it to happen. Because the longer you sit there and wait for that Klondike bar, the less you'll actually do when you get it. Or do to get it. We keep waiting for somebody else to do the thing that we want to be done in the world. When we could be out there just
I
being
do not
the
have
one.
Saints Row though.
That's cool. It's actually... Do you have PlayStation Plus? It's on PlayStation Plus. Like the basic Plus. That's the only reason I'm able to play it. I just did the takedown. It'll take you just a little bit to download it, but... Yo. But it's there. We need to be the society again.
I am checking it out. I've never actually played it.
It's a lot of fun. It is so much fun. If you download it, I'll actually jump on your game with you and I'll help you out, and then we'll continue talking. But we need to be the society again. We need to sit there and quit demeaning one another because it's in our programming, because it's all we know. Go against your programming. Go against the status quo.
I wonder if I'm allergic to bees. Is there any gun that Saint doesn't have?
We need to be the society again. Quit looking for power coming from the almighty dollar. Because that power was given to you by the person who made the dollar. And it can be easily taken away either by them or by you. They can take it away just because they created it.
Maybe I'm
It can
not as
be
good at bingo as I thought.
not taken away by you, but transferred into lack of power by you. You gotta make them realize that this piece of paper you're giving me holds no bearing on my next move. It does nothing. It becomes a bribe. It becomes something you don't need. That's why we're going so hard for a cashless society. Because we're realizing that we don't need it.
Well, she'll get over it.
When one hand washes the other, you don't need that much water to go around. But if you need a sink full of water for each hand, you're wasting a lot of water.
My lawyer says I probably won't serve any time.
We get so caught up in power that we forget why we're in power. It's the problem
Is it
with...
Saints Row Boss Factory?
No, it would be Saints Row Reboot. Type in Row on the Play Store, just Row, R-O-W, and it will be a picture of a character sitting on a giant smiley face, a moon-looking thing. And if you have PlayStation Plus, just the basic package, it should say it's free to download.
This is unacceptable.
We have to stop thinking that dollar makes us matter.
Bullshit.
Because that means your whole entire life is based on what others think of you versus what you think of yourself.
We're way up high.
There's the wingsuit.
I found it. It is not offering me the PlayStation Plus option.
That's the only way I'm able to play it, dude, because I did not buy this game. Yeah, that is the only way. I'm hitting R1.
Got it.
Oh, it's L1. That is the only way I'm able to play this game because I got it on PlayStation Plus. Matter of fact, my Plus runs out in a couple of days and I'm not going to be able to play it for a while because I don't have the extra $10 right now. And I can't pull out my map while I'm flying, I'm figuring out. Still, I look good doing it.
There we go.
We have to be better as a society. Otherwise, our extinction is about to come at us really quick. We're about to ruin our entire lives because we're so caught up in power that we can't grow. We can't sit here and understand.
How has it been?
It's been, dude. Yo, what's up, Hayden? I mean, I'm going through a rant. I'm sitting here and I'm explaining how we are more powerful than we ever thought possible, but we hinder ourselves so much based solely on what others tell us. I gotta buy something. Okay. Buy and equip.
Damn, I am sorry.
No, it's a good thing, bro. We have to sit here and we have to grow as a society. We have to understand better. We gotta to come together as a society. But
I
we
have
also,
the Essential PS plan, but it is not offering for me to download it.
That's weird, dude. I am serious because the only way I'm able to play this game right now is because I have PlayStation Plus.
Supposed to be dead.
And it wasn't a free game or anything.
Hope this day stays
I
quiet.
wish I knew why. Oh, are you on
Just
PS5?
buy the game, oldie. It is only $1. I am.
Okay, look at that.
Not involved here.
There we go. We have to be better as a society. We got to stop putting each other down. We need to recycle our power. Just like the president, every 4 years we got to get a new president, or he runs for office again. We need to do that with every cabinet member, every
I
judge.
am struggling on the part you're on right now.
What, the towers? We have to be so much better.
Yeah, I am not good at bouncing.
Beautiful church they own.
Me neither. Just come to the tower and like you'll see the little X pop up and just tap L1. I just figured that out. But now I gotta find...
The Saints are one big score from taking off. I love this game.
Oh my gosh, I've got to find...
Yeah, I finished the storyline the other day.
Okay, so you got really far really quick.
If you don't know, then call a lawyer. Big time details.
Worst idea you've ever
Where
had.
is this building I'm looking for? We have to do better. If we keep just looking for power and once we get it, we forget why we got it, why we worked so hard to get here in the first place. We forget who we are.
Hey, watch where you're going.
We forget to grow. We see the littlest bit of strife, littlest bit of backlash.
Yeah, I am gonna get on here soon.
Alright, Hayden. We have to stop and find a better way of doing everything. Because if we
It's
just
a
keep
long way down.
conforming to our old ways, we'll never prosper. We'll never grow. So what if you get a little bit of flack from being, you know, right, or having a new idea? If you got people sitting there telling you no, sitting there saying, oh, that'll never happen, that means you're doing something right. That you're sitting there and you're actually making the right waves in the world.
Nailed it.
It's when people stop giving you waves. It's when people stop sitting there trying to put you down. Stop being your hater. That's when everything. That's when you know something ain't right in your life. Something needs to change. What venture is here? Sometimes in order to grow, you have to get rid of the negative in your life. Get rid of the people that are constantly bad-mouthing you. The people that are constantly sitting there saying you can't do it. Because once you get rid of those people and you just surround yourself with positivity, you surround yourself with people that actually want to
3
do
viewers,
something with your lives.
-1, emoji alarm clock, 1H27M8S.
You'd be amazed at just how far you can actually go when you have the right people backing you every step of the way. You gotta be positive. I mean, but we as humans, we're so, it's ingrained in our nature to accept turmoil, accept strife. Just roll over and take it, you know, turn the other cheek. No, knock that motherfucker the fuck out for trying you. You gotta be your own main character.
Yeah, all right.
The more main character energy you give off, the more people are gonna sit there and try to come at you. They're gonna sit there and try to change your mind. They're gonna sit there and try to convince you that what you're doing isn't right. If it's not right, then why are they taking all this time out of their day to sit here and tell you it's not right? Why are they going the extra effort? It's because you scare them. Because you're different. It's because you're actually trying something that no one's ever tried before, and they're afraid to take the first step, and they want you to be afraid too. All fear is the absence of knowledge. Fear is our body. It's our body's response to lack of knowledge. We feel fear, that means our body knows, hey, we don't have enough knowledge to continue on with this quest. We need to backtrack and maybe go somewhere else for a little while, and then we'll come back to this. You have to know what you know. You got to know that you know that you know that the answer's right before you just step off the cliff and jump. Like, I got to get to the top of that tower, but I can't do it from this fucking cliff. So that means I have to look around. I'm actually going to have to come from here to get to this tower.
You should help me with this, to be honest.
Alright, dude. Are you on now?
No they but I will be soon.
Alright, yeah, just
Not yet.
just add me in the party chat when you get it, and I'll jump on your game and help you. And remember to check your cash transfer, because I just had $860,000, and
Alright bet let us hope your outlet doesn't he catch fire again lol.
yeah, I'm not even using that outlet anymore, so that should not be an issue. That it was ripped out of the wall anyway, so that's probably why. But yeah, I will jump on your game and help you out, sir. Why can't I just pull out my wingsuit randomly? Ooh, I can do this. I can do this. Come to
And
me.
since you're doing it with me it'll be down with you too.
No, that's not how it works. I'll do it with you, and it basically accomplishes. Wow.
Because when we did all your ventures that day I have most of them done cause I did them with you.
Oh, they got done on your side too? Huh. I'm learning. Oh shit. Oh, well, there's a launch point I haven't discovered yet.
Like the big ones, like the explosive one is down even though I never did them by myself.
Okay, so you got credit because it was... Okay. Good to know. I thought you wouldn't get credit because it was in my world. But now I'm learning things. I thought I saw a light up here. There's supposed to be a light so I could climb the tower and launch up there. Alright, I gotta climb that tower now. So let's run. We gotta be better. We gotta change a lot as a society, as a species, not just a society, as a species. We need to realize that we're the only person in our way. I know right now there's too many heads on the Hydra and we're not really sure who's in control. It's BlackRock. But we don't know who runs BlackRock. We don't. Nobody has come out and said, "Oh, I'm the CEO and founder of BlackRock." No. We don't know. It's anonymous. It's... And God forbid if you even try to buy stock in BlackRock. They say you have to work for the company for 5 years before you can even think about purchasing one of their stocks. And to get a job at BlackRock, you need degrees that make no sense.
Oh, yeah.
It's all one hurdle after another, and then once you finally accomplish all those hurdles, I guarantee you they'll change the bar again. They'll raise the bar one more time just to see if you give up hope. Just to see if you'll quit.
How is vegetable tempura unhealthy?
Good thing I brought a wingsuit.
Yeah, always. Where is the tower, though? It's way over here. It's way over there. And it's still too low? The fuck? Excuse me? And I can't go to the top of that building. Can I? I don't know. We'll try it this way first.